good morning, everyone. It's Monday at 9:15. I am working. I'm ready to start my week. I am ready to set my intentions to make it a great week. But I wanted to connect with you to share with you a couple of things that I've seen over the weekend that have helped me start this week in a good note. I always love, and I'm a very passionate person to study other people's inspiration, other people's lives, how somebody that I admire have managed different moments in her life. And I say her because it's usually a woman. I'm very inspired by women. And this is a book, it's the diary of Frida Kahlo. And I've had this for over 20 years. And this weekend, I started looking at it one more time, and it's like kind of an intimate portrait of this woman. Here's her handwriting, her notes, and it's basically the type of things that she thought while she was going through many of the challenges this incredible woman faced, Frida Kahlo. So I thought it was a good idea to kind of put together three lessons, three things that have inspired me by connecting again with this Frida Kahlo diary and with her life, and that I think can help everyone, going through different. Good morning from Facebook. Hello, how are you doing? Going through these different times. We're in quarantine, we're in a global pandemic. We're in a very delicate time where so many people are looking for either new opportunities, struggling with their business. They are needing some extra motivation, some extra help. We all need a little bit of that. And I think one key thing is to remind ourselves that there's been other times, other people's, other moments in life where there's been struggles, whether it's health, whether it's socioeconomic restrictions, whether it is that humanity has been through dark times. So I don't know why this weekend I picked this Frida Kahlo diary. And so here are three things that I really loved about her life, about her story, and that I think could be like universal lessons regarding of who you are, regardless of who you are, regardless of what you're doing. Gina Hatzi says, love Frida and what she stood for. Yes, same here. She deeply moves me, her story, because all these women who were ahead of their time had to face so many first mental barriers and blocks that they had to overcome. And then, of course, the society they lived in, they were not ready sometimes to receive their message, at least initially. So the lesson number one that I want to share from her diary and thinking about Frida's story is that your uniqueness is your gift. Your uniqueness is your gift. And I think Frida is a wonderful example of that, because let me share with you an image. If we think about the time where she lived, if we think about, this is a picture that I love about Frida, and that shows her in all her glory. You might have seen this picture in Vogue magazine. But what I love about this picture, and let me just make sure that I'm sharing it in a good size. Yes, that's good. What I love about this picture is how she embraces all of who she is. And that's something that Frida always did, how she embraced her uniqueness. Even in her art, if you see the way she painted, before we even had a word for body positivity, before we even had these discussions in the 21st century, she was already embracing who she was, her culture, her roots. She was already painting herself. If you see her self-portraits, I love that she's painting herself with her eyebrows that became a signature for her image, with her flowers, with her braids. And even something that I feel it's so ahead of her time, she painted herself with her facial hair. The mustache that we want to remove, the facial hair that grows, and we always want to take it out. It was part of who she was, and she embraced it, and she made it she made it part of her signature. Today it's the 21st century, and we use the word personal branding. This word, this expression, this word did not exist at the time, but I think she is the epitome of thinking about who you are, embracing who you are, recognizing that being unique is a gift. And then, I don't know if this was intentional or not, but she, for me, is the epitome of personal branding, because we're in a different century, and we can see a doodle of a woman wearing, these flowers in her head and the braids, and we recognize that's Frida. So that's the first thing that I want to say. First lesson from going again through her diary that I had forever is that, Frida truly embodies this message of your uniqueness is your gift. Cynthia Herrera is saying, buenos días, thank you for sharing this. It's great to focus on other things right now. Saludos. Yes, and I think art is such a way to connect with our highest self, to connect with beauty, to connect with so many things that will rise our energy levels, our perception. So that's the first one. The second one, let me share with you another image that I like. And that is one image that is in her diary. And you can see it right now. It's a pair of feet. I don't know if you're familiar with this image. It's an image that is very, very famous. And what made it famous is the circumstances around this image. So you have this pair of feet, and she drew it, and it's in her diary. And the key thing here is why she drew this pair of feet in a pedestal. Many of you know that Frida Kahlo had lots of health problems. And as she grew older, these health problems became more severe. So one thing I love about Frida, and I think it's something that we can get, this is the second lesson, is that the pain we're feeling can be turned into creativity. The pain we're feeling right now can be turned into something positive. That we can use whatever is making us feel painful or uncomfortable right now to propel us or to express how we feel. And so this is an image that is in her diary, and the phrase that she wrote with this image is, pies, ¿para qué los tengo si tengo alas para volar? Feet, what do I need you for if I have wings to fly? Pies, ¿para qué los quiero si tengo alas para volar? And this was not a random painting, and this was not a random drawing. She drew this right in the moment when she had her feet amputated. So in a way, she was expressing all this pain, all these challenges, and she was channeling that pain in a creative way, and in a way that it shows an incredible strength of spirit, but at the same time is reminding her that even if she's losing something as precious as her feet, and we are now in a time of mourning, we're losing a lot of the things that we used to do, a lot of the old ways, in a way, this in a way captures some of what we are going through, these feet that she lost is in a way in our lives. We can think about it as, the things that we're losing, whether it is a job, where it is a way of life, where it is something that you're going through and you're losing. So it reminds us, feet, what do I need you for if I have wings to fly? If maybe in the horizon we have something bigger, if maybe inside of us we have something bigger. So those feet are going, that's what Frida is saying, but you know what? Inside of us we have wings to fly. And that's the beauty of this drawing, and it's something that she made for herself, to remind herself that even in a dark, dark time, there is light. And so that's the second lesson from Frida Kahlo that we can learn. And the third one, the first one is that your uniqueness, is your gift. The second one is that we can turn our pain into creativity, into something positive. And the third one, it's this one that I want to share with you. Let me see it. I'm multitasking here, so hang in there, have patience. um, so the third one is this one. Okay, so this painting uh, is something that is very special. It's kind of small here, so let me change the image. Let me see if I can have it in a bigger, the message in a bigger image. Okay, yes, that was the image, and this is the name of the painting. And it's called Árbol de la Esperanza, Mantente Firme. So this is, and that painting that she painted with that name, Árbol de la Esperanza, Mantente Firme, she painted it after she had a bad surgery in New York. And she had her hopes really high that this surgery was going to improve her life, and it ended up happening that this surgery only made things worse for her. So the third lesson that I want to take as a takeaway from Frida's life and from Frida's work is that we have to send ourselves positive messages. We have to be our number one cheerleader. We have to be the ones who remind ourselves, even in dark times, that tree of life, because the name of that painting is Árbol de la Esperanza, Mantente Firme, which means tree of life, remain strong. And I think the third lesson that we can learn from Frida is that we need to be our number one cheerleaders when we're going through a difficult time. She is painting and reminding herself that hope is important. Before we had the knowledge or the possibility of thinking about what affirmations were. This is in the 50s. She was already doing affirmations for herself through her art and through these titles that she chose to actually help herself. So, lesson number one, your gift, your uniqueness is your gift. Lesson number one. Lesson number two, your pain, your difficulty that you're feeling right now can be a creative pathway, can be turned into something creative, into something positive. Think how. And the third one, be your number one cheerleader in times of darkness. Remember what she told herself. Tree of hope, remain firm. Árbol de la esperanza, mantente firme. So those are the things that I wanted to share with you by reading and reviewing Frida Kahlo's diary. And I'm sure I keep showing it, but I'm not selling it and I don't get a commission or anything. I'm just sharing something that has helped me and that I really enjoyed reading and reviewing this weekend. So remember, Árbol de la Esperanza, mantente firme. Tree of Hope, remain strong. You remain strong. You have a great start to your week. Besitos, and I'm gonna keep doing lives, keep connecting so that we are more in touch and sharing whatever has helped me going through this very special season we're going through. Besitos, bye bye.